Greetings to you guys. Let us go through these examples here. Uh, 1a factorize, Roman figure 1 x to the power of 2 minus 5x. Okay. A, Roman figure 1, we have x to the power of 2 minus 5x. So to factorize this, we just look for the common factor here. Okay. What is our common factor here? The common factor is x. Okay, we can clearly see that our common factor here is x, so we write it here, and then we open the bracket. We now divide uh, each term by this term in front here. Okay, so x to the power of 2 divided to x, the answer is x. You know exactly that x to the power of 2 divided to x. So here 1x is cancelled. So this x cancels with 1x here on top. Okay, so the answer remains to be x. We now move on to negative 5x divided to x. So this x and x, they cancel out. We remain with a negative 5. Then we close. So this is the answer we have for Roman figure 1. So let us move on to Roman figure 2. In figure 2, we have 2x to the power of 2 minus 11x plus 5. Okay, this is what we have. So for this one, uh, it takes us back to quadratic trinomials. Okay, whereby we have this formula, ax to the power of 2 plus bx plus c. Okay, so for now, we have this 2 is in the place value of a, this negative 11 is in the place value of b, and then this 5 is in the place value of that c. Okay, so now before we continue, we have to consider this sign here in front of 5. Okay, it's a positive. Okay, it's a positive. So for now, as we continue to factorize this one, we have to find the factors of 2 and 5, which can add up to 11. So okay, the factors of 2, we have 1 and then 2. We now write it in pair, in a pair. Now we have the factors of 5, we have 1 and then 5, then in pair. So we have pairs of both 2 and 5 here. Okay, we have our pairs of 2. We have this pair and this pair, and the a 5 here. We have this pair and this pair. So now, as we continue, as we have wrote all the pairs of factors of the numbers 2 and 5, we now take one pair on each side and then do the test. Okay, we now take one pair from each side and then do the test. So we have for the pair of 2 here, we take 2 and 1 and the 2, and then here we take a 1 and a 5. What do? We now cross multiply and add up the results to get the value of b, which is that 11 there. Okay, we cross multiply. Okay, so what we did here, we took the test and we take one pair of each side, and then we are trying to do the test. Okay, it doesn't mean that this is the pair that can add up to that 11. We are testing. Okay, so now 2 by 1, the answer is 2, and then 2 by 1, the answer is 5. So 5 plus 2 is 7, which is wrong. This test is wrong. We now move on to the next page. For this 1 and 2, we repeat, and then we move on to the next pair of 5, which is 5 and 1. Okay, now we cross multiply. Okay, 2 by 5, the answer is 10, and then 1 by 1, the answer is 1. So 10 plus 1, the answer is 11. So we can clearly see that this page that we used here gave us the answer of 11, which is the one that we are looking for. Okay, so now so this page is correct. So we now write them here: 1, 2, and then 5, 1. Okay, now what do we do? So now what do we do? Since we got the middle number, we used these terms to get the middle number, which is 11. So this page is correct. So for now, uh, because x is to the power of 2, we put x next to the numbers of the first column. So we put x to the numbers of the first column, which is x. Here we put x here, and we put x here. Okay, so signs are the same in both sorry, we forgot to put in them in brackets. Okay, so for the signs are the same in both brackets, and both take the sign of the middle term. Okay, and they both take the signs of the middle term. The middle term there is the sign of the middle term is a negative. So they both take the sign of the middle term, which is a minus. Okay, we put minus there. Okay, since we are done, we now write down the rows. Okay, we have so in a rows we say x minus 5 in bracket, and then 2x minus 1 also in bracket. So we just wrote them in rows. So this is the answer for Roman figure 2. So let us move on to Roman figure 3, where we are told to simplify x to the power of 2 minus 5x over 2x to the power of 2 minus 11x plus 5. So since we got the answer for what is on top and what is at the bottom, so for the top answer we got x and then x minus 5 in bracket. So we just say x minus 5, and then for the one under here, for the denominator, well, the answer that we got is x minus 5, and then 2x minus 1. Okay, we write them here: x minus 5, and then 2x minus 1 in bracket. So what do? We now cancel the denominator. We now cancel the numerator with the denominator. Okay, so what do we say for to cancel? We cancel what look the same. Okay, we cancel what look the same. In other words, we cancel the numerator with the denominator for those which look the same. So we have x minus 5 on top there and x minus 5 at the bottom. So they cancel out. We remain with x over 2x minus 1. Okay, so this is the answer for Roman figure 3. Okay, we are done for the for these examples. So these are the answers that you were waiting for. Good luck.